Hello, everybody. This is hostage negotiations on the job. Okay. Well, what happened was infant was held hostage. A standoff with two a 2-year-old held hostage at a Walmart store in Oklahoma. The baby was taken from the grocery cart, and the baby's mother was pushing. The abductor just ran up and grabbed the baby out of the cart and held a knife to the baby girl's throat as he made demands to talk to President Bush. The abductor thought Mr. Bush could hear and see him. The abductor had a history of mental disorders. The city police showed up with 2 policemen trying to calm the man down, but every moment that went by, the abductor displayed more anger by his fast, total loud talk that didn't make any sense. Police Captain Officer Huff showed up at the scene. The incident was moving too quickly to call hostage negotiators, FBI, SWAT team, and etc. into the situation. What occurred was Sammy Wallace, is the suspect, started to make more demands while the captain managed to evacuate the Walmart store full of shoppers, employees, until the store was empty. Officer Huff had arrested this man before and knew he was unreliable, or knew he was unstable and dangerous to himself and others. The mother pleaded with the kidnapper to let her baby go free, but he would not budge. He just was getting more angrier by the minute. At this point, the abductor was raging so bad there was no reasoning with him. The suspect, Sammy Wallace, started counting from 60 to 0, like he was about ready to kill the baby. He almost reached the 0 when his demands were not met, and he raged. Officer Huff seen the suspect move the knife from the baby's stomach to the baby's throat. Officer Huff ran up to the suspect and shot Sammy Wallace in the head, point blank. Huff assumed that Wallace was already cutting the baby. Wallace died instantly. Who was involved? The Oklahoma police officers and their Captain Officer Huff. The suspect, Sammy Wallace, ABC News. The victim, Zoe Keating, and her mother, Elisa Keating. Walmart's employees and customers as witnesses of the hostage kidnapping. Negotiation plan. 2 Oklahoma police officers tried to calm the suspect, Sammy Wallace, down because he is very anxious and had mental disorders. The plan was to find out what all of the suspect's demands were and try to negotiate with suspect Wallace. His demand of talking to President George Bush was unreasonable. When his demands were not met, he got very, very angry and really to the point of dangerous. There was no more reasoning with this mentally ill patient that Huff had dealt with in the past. Sammy Wallace had a criminal history of assaults and acting erratically in public. Actions taken. Eventually, Walmart, of all the people, shoppers, and employees, evacuating them was a task within itself. And it was done quickly with positive results. No one was harmed physically. The only person injured was Sammy Wallace, the suspect, who was shot in the head and instantly died at the scene of the crime. The captain, Mr. Huff, had to take immediate action and come to a quick, instant decision at the split of a second, with knowing the baby was in danger of getting her throat slit. And would have he done it? We don't know. The public calls Officer Huff a hero. Mistakes made. Sammy Wallace's biggest mistake was moving the knife from the stomach to the throat and thinking what Officer Huff was perceiving as a visual, like Wallace was going to slit Zoe Keating's throat. We will never know if the mentally disturbed man would have actually cut Zoe's throat or not. I believe Officer Huff did right by shooting Wallace, but I don't think he should shoot to kill by assuming he's seen the action without physically seeing it. Officer Wallace had to think quick. If it was me, knowing the suspect is mentally ill, I would have shot both kneecaps off. The suspect might fall with the baby, but chances are the baby would not have been cut. 99.9% chance. Lessons learned. In a hostage situation, you never know what you're going up against. Many abductors lie about many of the facts that they are threatened, but you can never tell if they will get through with their threats or not. Sometimes they will change their demands at the spur of the moment, so prepare for this to happen. No two hostage situations are the same in most cases. There are different types such as human trafficking, kidnapping for ransom, serial killing kidnapping, custodial kidnapping, and so many more. Conclusion. No one has the right to hold someone hostage, to keep that person under force for any reason. That's why they have custodial court and domestic divorces. The adults are free to come and go as they please unless they're in community custody or on parole. That's why we have laws to live by, so we can live a free life long as we obey the law. If you know of anyone being held against their own will, or if you know someone that has kidnapped their own child but don't have custody, there's a reason why they don't have custody. Please do the right thing by calling 911. You might be saving someone's life. And I mean that.